Hi everyone, it's Peg, and it is time for my Tag It Tuesday tag. This month's challenge are the Pantone colors of Lilac Gray and Fiesta. So I've been playing with my colors. I don't actually have a paint that is that exact color. So what I'm going to do is I have this Liquitex Basic. It's a light blue violet. So I'm just going to take a little tiny drop of that light blue violet, and I'm going to add that to some weathered wood. This is the perfect gray for this particular project. It just needs a little bit of that violet incorporated into it. So I'm going to add a little bit of violet to that gray and just mix it up. And of course, this is going to dry down a little bit differently than what you see in the cup, but I'm liking what I see in the cup. I think the color match is pretty good. So I think I have it, and I think this is Festive Berries. I think this is a good match for this Fiesta. So I've got my colors. So that's the big challenge right now, is getting those colors out here to work with. And the first thing I want to do is just get a coat of that gray down on my tag. So you can do this any way you want. I'm gonna start with a coat of gesso. If I can get it open, there we go. I'll start with a coat of gesso. And I'm gonna wet the page a little bit first. Actually, I think I'll wet the back too, so that we don't have a bunch of curling going on. And get some gesso down here. I honestly don't know what brand this is because I just refilled my container with something else I had. So, could be Liquitex, could be Golden, could be Dick Blick, could be, you know, just about anything, because I don't know what I put in there. Okay, so now I'm going to heat tool. Okay, so my gesso is dry, and while you were gone, I put a couple of coats of the gray, lilac gray, on my background. Now, the next thing is I have some of this tissue that's left out from a project I was doing yesterday. And I thought, well, okay, let's put that on there. Add a little bit of something, something, right? So I'm just going to take, this is some golden, I think. Yeah, golden matte medium that I'm using to put this tissue down with. And I put a little bit on the back of the tissue, and I put a little bit on the tag itself. And that works real well. And then you just go over the top gently. Just stick it down. Get a good coat. And I'm just going to put a couple of random pieces on here. Nothing major. That's funny. I'm doing music and nothing major. Did you get it? Yeah. Okay. I got a weird sense of humor. What can I say? All right. So we got this piece here. And I'm going to dry quickly again. Okay, so can you guys see the layering on there? Now I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time I'm going to do a wash with the lilac gray. And I'm going to use the end of a paintbrush here just to put this alcohol down in smaller batches. Isn't it amazing to watch how this blooms? Creates these almost flower type blossoms on the page just by touching that paint with a little alcohol. Okay, I think it's time to let that dry. Okay, so that's dry. Well, I think it's dry. Might be a couple of wet spots, I don't care. All right, so next thing is I've chosen a stencil for the next layer. I have used a little frog tape to tape it down because things are starting to warp a bit and I don't want it moving all over the place. And I have my new favorite stenciling tool, which is this sponge. It's a soft sponge. You get them for pan pastel. Originally, that's what I got them for, but I've been using them with paint and really enjoying the effect. Mary Beth Shaw turned me on to these. So I have some heavy body acrylic in white, and I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of that out if there's any left in there. And I'm going to stencil. So here we go. And you want to tap it into your sponge and then tap off so that you don't have anything gloppy left around the edge. You just want it kind of moist and ready to put down on the page. And I believe this stencil is an old one. I don't even know if you can get it anymore. I think this one was a one from from Diane Reevely, one of her originals. And you know how the companies, they only make so many and then they move on, so you may not be able to get this, but I know Stencil Girl has a whole bunch of Tracy Batista ones that would be very similar that I really like. Don't know why I didn't grab one of those, but I didn't. Probably because I've been using them and I've been thinking, you're using those an awful lot. You probably need to use some of your other stencils. Yeah, well, or not. Just keep on using the same ones over and over, right? Because we love what we love. I know my friend Sherry, who is the originator of this Tag It Tuesday challenge, is obsessed with her Bubbles stencil. And we laugh because every video she does, it's like, oh yeah, and here's my bubble stencil. Well, we all have our favorites, right? And who can blame you when there's such cool stencils as these, right? Okay, I'm almost done with the stenciling. This is one of those big tags. This is not a little tag. This is one of the, what are they, size 10 or something? They're big. They're not a standard tag. Getting a little too much paint here. But, you know, go big or go home, right? Yeah, well, I like these big tags. Gives you a surface to work on. Some of those small things, I've been doing a lot of those iCads, and you know, it's different working small to big or big to small. That's why I find it a challenge, just because you're working in a different size or different medium, or it's all different no matter what you do. Okay, time for the big reveal. Let's see how much I messed that up. Just gotta pull this one. I take the tape off in the order that I put it down. Pull this one. Pull this one. And then we have a hinge on this side so I can peek before I actually take it all the way off. And yeah, we have stenciled background, right? Okay. So get rid of the frog tape, and then we'll see what we want to do next. Okay, my next step is I have grabbed my food ball pen, and I'm just doodling around inside of the stencil. I tried the Pitt Artist Pen. Unfortunately, it's not liking the mediums that I have down here, so I think I may have killed that one. So I'm going back to my tried and true, which is the food. Now, you have to be careful with this because it will move. So, I was trying to use a pen that was more permanent, but it's okay. It's only a tag, right? I keep telling myself it's only a tag. It's only a piece of paper. So we just try things. And so you can see all I'm doing is I'm following the contour of the design with my pen and doodling those shapes back in. And this can be just kind of mindless. People like those coloring books for this same reason. I mean, you can do this stencil and color it, and just doodle a stencil on your page, and then use your different mediums to color in with on your page. Which, if you got the stencils, why go out and buy a coloring book when you got all this that you can use, right? Okay, I'm getting down towards the bottom, so we're almost done. We'll have the big reveal here. Oh, I keep finding places I haven't been. And I'm not being fussy or making sure that all my lines are super neat and all of that, because, like I say, it's only a tag. This is not some work of art that's going to hang in some gallery someplace. It's only a tag. So play, enjoy, don't fret or stress over, if I got everything. I think I do. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, isn't that cool? I like it. What do you think, guys? Isn't that kind of cool? Okay, so now I need to figure out what's next. Okay, so now comes the embellishing. I have a saying here, mistakes are opportunities in disguise. How will you use yours? I like that, because I make mistakes all the time, let me tell you. So I'm going to get my sponge mat here and my archival ink, and I'm just going to ink that up and stamp it down. This is from Sandy Miller. She is a sweet woman, who does shows, has been doing shows for as long as I can remember, 35 years back. This is a Sandy Miller original art stamp, in case you're interested. So, need to trim that. About there, I would say. And that's going to go across my tag. So, I have what I want it to say. Now, I think I need to do a little distressing. So I have some festive berries and some, I think I'll use the festive berries first and see how I like that. That looks pretty good, but I still think we need a little weathered wood. And while I have the festive berries out, let's put a little bit on the edge of our tag. Nope, up there too. Okay, and clean that off of my craft mat and get a dry one. Dry that spot up. Now we'll come in with our weathered wood and get a tool here. Okay, now we'll do our other tag. All right, and I've got, let's see, I'll use some double stick on this. Get it stuck down. And another piece up here. Yeah. Did you see that? I almost made a mistake in disguise. Okay. That's what they're talking about, folks. Those opportunities. I could have put it down upside down, which would have been just what we're talking about. Okay. Now, while I was creating this, I also was doing the back side. And I thought about, do I want to leave it like that or do I want to put a backer on this? And I think, you know, I think it always looks a little bit nicer with a backer. But the other thing that I want to do is do a little embellishment. So I sort my things by color. So I have tubs with color, and I think I want to go with black on here. So I've got, let's see, I like this. Yeah, let's just go with that. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. See this? This is an opportunity. This is a Prima packaging, and it's clear, but it has this print on it. That'll be really cool on something. I see things all over the place. This is kind of fun. It's got the... Do I want to put something of that on there? Ooh, let me see. That would be fun, wouldn't it? So, I mean, sorting by color really helps me because then I can go directly in and find something that might work with what I'm doing. Oh, look at this. We've got... Yeah, let's do that. I like that. This has tape on the back for my little photo corner dealie. If I can get it off. There we go. All right. So I'm going to slide that over the corner. You could do this with the ribbon too. You don't have to have the corners that are pre-made. I just, you know, I've collected stash for years. Can you say I've collected stash for years? Okay. That's pretty cute. I like that. Okay. So, we'll do that. We'll get a backer on here. So we'll just tape that down. Actually, let me get the wide one. Much faster. No, not quite. So I will use this one. Okay, so line that up. Get it on here. Kind of, sort of. And cut this off up here. Oops, got into the door. Sorry about that. My daughter happened to poke her head in, so she and grandbaby are gone now, and I'm going to finish this up because I just have a ribbon to hang on here, and we will call that Tag It Tuesday for July. It's done. There you have it. Bye.